Anthony Hartwig with you. We're here with a Canfield girls basketball player profile. We're joined by junior Carly Fleming. Carly, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us today.
You're welcome.
So I want to talk about getting ready for this season. Last year, the senior class you guys lost, there was a lot of roster spots open. There were a lot of players coming into this year that were trying to get more time and step into bigger roles. What was it like kind of preparing for this season and trying to find out kind of the identity of this team and how you guys were going to find ways to succeed?
Well, we knew losing a big senior class was going to be a lot for us, and we knew a lot of people had to step up in their role. And I think a lot of our juniors that were on JV last year stepped up and played, and now we came together as like a team, and now we play so good together.
The hallmark of this team is defense, and you look at the stats and you can just see that. Talk about how much pride you take in your defense and this team takes in their defense overall.
Well, I think our defense is like a big part of our game, and we know that's like as a team, like as a group of like individuals, I think we all know that like that's our big thing in our game. And I think we work a lot on that in practice. And I know for sure like defense is always my best part of the game and I love it.
You're very close to 100 steals on the season. You have tournament games left to try to get that. I mean, what goes into your ability to kind of pickpocket people and to get that ball out and get the steals you get?
I love putting pressure on the ball, and I know when I do that, I have a high chance of getting so many steals, and putting pressure on the ball can get my other teammates to get those steals when I put pressure on the ball. And I think when I get those steals, I love it, and I just go lay it in the hoop.
One of the big question marks about this team going into the season, at least, was the size. You lost not only the big senior class, but a lot of your size from last year graduated as well. You've never let your size stop you. Do you ever kind of have the chip on your shoulder going into games, thinking like, "Hey, we might be the smaller team, but we're going to go out there and show them exactly what we can do"?
Yeah, I think we all know we're a small team, and going into the game, we're never going to be the tall team. So I think we all know that we have no tall people. So I think our pushing them out to get the rebound, I think that never affects us, and we just go in and get the ball.
Yeah, and the one thing, if people watch you play, you can get rebounds too. People might not expect it when they just look at you, but
hmm
you are good at kind of getting position and getting rebounds. Talk about how much work kind of goes into that and how much you had to get yourself kind of used to physicality and, like you said, getting people out so you could get rebounds. How much work have you put into that too?
Well, I know I was never going to be a tall person on the court, and I'm always like one of the shortest. So I know to get the rebound, I have to get in my spot, and like on defense, we're in our zone, and I know I have to get to um, the right side of the hoop and get behind our wing players, and I know if I'm in that position, I'm going to get the rebound.
So this season has been very successful for you guys. Obviously, we've seen you win almost all of your games. Talk about kind of what it was like to go through this season and keep finding success and keep finding wins and what it was like in that locker room to really feel like, okay, we got something special here. This is not a team that is going to struggle because of the seniors we lost. It's not a team that is in a rebuilding year. We have something special in this locker room right now.
Yeah, I think we all knew ever since summer league scrimmages in the summer, we knew we could play good together, and we knew our potential was so good. And our locker room talks, we always are we just have to play with confidence. We have to play like we know how to play. And I think when we got on the court, we just forget about everything else and go out and play like we know how to. And I think that's brought us to a lot of wins. And I think knowing that we won that many, I think we know we could win more.
Was there a game or a win this year that made this team kind of feel pretty confident and pretty kind of realize that this is something that they can go far?
Well, I think Stowe's always a big game for us. And I know we were down by two with 2 seconds left, and I had the winning shot of the game, and I think that brought us, and we're we just beat a good team. I know Laurel, we beat them, and we knew that they're always a tough team, and we needed to go out and play our game, and when we did, we just won. And when we play our game, we are so good.
It's a rather young roster, just two seniors, but talk about how much those seniors have meant to this team and how much their leadership has been felt, even though there's just two of them compared to obviously the big senior class you had last year.
hmm They're a big part of our team. Like Aline's a really good shooter. Marina takes it to the hoop. She shoots, and I think they have a big role to our team. They're such good leaders. They always want to win. They always give us our motivation talks in the locker room before a game. Like we got this. Let's play how we all play. I mean, it's their senior year. They want to continue to keep winning games.
How much do you think you guys as juniors and even the underclassmen have kind of bought into this idea of fighting for the seniors? You have two seniors, you want to make their career go as long as possible, especially now tournament time, every game could be your last. How much have you guys kind of bought into going out there and winning for those two and what they've put into the program?
Yeah, I think we have 6 juniors and we all want it as bad as the seniors do, and especially we're gonna try to do this for the seniors. It's their last year. I mean, us as juniors, we put so much work in for them, and I think we all want it the same, and I think we're gonna put it in as much as we all want it.
And then talk about this junior class. You've been playing with those girls for so long and you've been able to kind of build a bond with them. And next year it's going to be your turn to be seniors and you'll be the people that everyone looks for leadership. And what's it like to kind of go along this journey with those group of girls and know that you have this year and next year with them left?
Yeah, I mean, we all are so close with each other, like all 6 juniors. We all love to be together, and I think that is like really good for as like a junior group going into seniors because we're all so close and we like work well together. And I think us as juniors can be like a big role to the underclassmen having as many juniors as we do have.
I know this might not be something that you necessarily know for sure until next year, but how much do you think this year's experience, and I know you're still leaders on the team because there's six of you, how much do you think it's going to help you be the seniors and the leaders next year of the team when it's all on your shoulders as juniors, seniors next year?
Well, I think since we only have 2 seniors, that we've been playing a big role in this season, and I think that we all know how to be a leader and how to, like, play as a team, and I think, with our seniors, Marina and Aline, they show a lot of leadership, and I think we'll get their leadership based off of how they were this year, and will continue to be how they were next year when we're seniors.
As we're talking about the future and your leadership, talk about some of the younger girls that you think you've kind of really put under your wing, maybe some of the upperclassmen, the freshmen, the sophomores that you've kind of tried to guide this year and have tried to really make them feel like they're a part of this and you feel like they're going to be doing really great things in the next couple of years for this program.
Yeah, well, Amara, she's a freshman. I know she's been getting some varsity time when we've had like players out or when we needed like a sub. She is one of the players that I'm always on. Like if she's open, shoot the ball. If she's open, drive to the hoop, I'm always on her about it. If she doesn't shoot the ball, I go tell her, I'm like, you need to shoot the ball. You're a good player. Like I'm just on her about that because we all know her potential and where she could be. And I think as a sophomore, she's gonna have a lot of potential next year.
I want to talk about your coaching staff because you have coaches that have been in this game for a long time and they obviously know their stuff. What's it like to be under Coach Real and Coach Pav, and what have they brought to your basketball career, and what do you think they've taught you about yourself and the game?
Well, I mean, they're always on us about our playing, and they know each individual and what we could do. And when we don't do it, they're on us about it, and that's what I like about them because they'll get on you if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And our locker room talks with them, like they just push us to where they know we could be. Like practice, they push us even more each practice because they know how good we could be. And when we're not like that, they push us even more.
Most of the time, at least during games, we see that Coach Real looks pretty calm, cool, and collected. Doesn't let too much really get to him. He doesn't, get too high or get too low during the flows of the game. How much does that help you guys kind of stay calm, cool, and collected during the ups and downs of a basketball game?
Well, I think like he just keeps calm, so we all keep calm when like something's going bad. Like he's not like yelling and screaming because then we'll all get like flustered and all this stuff. And I think him being like that, I think it helps us. And he knows when he needs to yell and when he doesn't. And usually it's in the locker room, so no one really like knows. And I think that's what helps us more is when he stays calm, we're calm.
So we saw you also have a lot of success in the fall with volleyball this year. Talk about how much the volleyball season kind of helps you prepare for basketball and how much you kind of take the confidence of the success that you have in volleyball into your basketball season.
Well, I was a libero this year, and this was my first year, and I always been a setter, and I think that has helped me because it's like I'm the head of the back row, and I think that's helped me become a leader and like helping my back row players out into basketball with like being a leader as a team and helping individuals in their role. I think volleyball has helped me a lot with leadership.
You're also a student, a really good student at Canfield. Talk about kind of juggling that time and what kind of things you do to make sure your schoolwork gets the focus it deserves, and what are some of your routines to make sure you're doing good in school.
Yeah, with like basketball and volleyball, it's very hard with school, but I'm gonna get it done because I hate missing out on schoolwork. I always get it done. Like if I have a study hall, I make sure I get all my work done in there, or when I get home from a game, get all my work done and then I can go to bed. Like I make sure all my work is done and then I'll move on. But all my time I can, I try to do my schoolwork in between volleyball and basketball.
You have one more year to really think about your future after high school, so you don't have all the pressure right now to know what you're going to do. But do you have any kind of career paths or interests that you think you might want to do after high school, or things you might want to try to follow after high school?
I was thinking about being an interior design ever since I took that class in high school. I really like enjoyed it and I love like creative things and making stuff and I thought interior design was what I would enjoy.
Do you also have do you want to play sports in the next level? Do you have that aspiration, or do you think high school might be the end for you?
I've had thoughts with both volleyball and basketball, but I'm not sure yet. I'm keeping my looks out, but I don't know.
When you think of where you'd want to go, do you want to travel, or do you like the idea of staying in a college that's a little bit closer to home?
Well, I like staying closer to home because I want to be with my family, so not too far, but also not too close.
We'll stop trying to get you to think about your future. You still have a
Mhm.
year of high school left. Let's talk about kind of some things off the floor. What are some of your pregame routines that you stick to, or game day routines that you try to keep yourself doing the same thing every time?
Well, usually when it's like game day, I always have like a routine of like when I get ready, so I'll like get dressed and then I'll do my hair and then I'll eat. And then I always have to go pick up Amara, which is a freshman, and we always go in and we always shoot before her game and my game. So I think that's what I do every game day.
Do you have any pregame superstitions that you do before a game?
Before a game, I always have to wear my hair in a slick back ponytail or else I feel like everything's gonna go wrong. During a game, I always have to chew a piece of gum, and if I don't have one, I always have my mom bring me one to the bench because I feel like if I don't have one, then it's just not like I always play with a piece of gum, and no matter if it's volleyball or basketball. I think that's really it.
Do you have like a go-to gum, or is it kind of any kind of gum?
Any type of like mint, it doesn't matter, just any
Right.
type of mint gum.
And then what's your favorite kind of post-game way to celebrate? What kind of things do you like to do after a big win?
I usually go to dinner with my family and talk about the game and celebrate that, or our team will go out to dinner and be together after the game and continue to celebrate our win.
Do you have a favorite post-game meal, a favorite post-game dinner?
Usually I go to Tequila and I get chips and queso with like a shredded chicken taco. That's my go-to like post-game meal.
We've been talking a lot about how close this team is. What are some things that you guys do off the court, maybe in the summer, team bonding exercises that you really enjoy?
Yeah, we like get together, we'll go out to eat, we'll do some like just like team sleepovers and team scavenger hunts together and we'll divide the groups into like even teams and go around town and have like a scavenger hunt and then we'll like have a team sleepover later that night. We do a lot of team bonding together and I feel like that's what has brought us so close together.
Do you think there's a teammate that is you've gotten really close to this year that maybe last year you didn't know as well, or you weren't as close to, and this year has brought you really close to them?
I would say Amara, she's a freshman. I've gotten really close with her because I played volleyball with her. I wasn't as close with her during volleyball season, but we started to talk to each other, and I think during basketball season we've gotten really close and really can't leave each other's sides.
Amara's getting a lot of love. A
Yeah.
lot of love in this interview. I hope she
Mhm.
returns the favor in a couple of years when she does her player profile. We'll make sure she does. All right,
Mhm.
Carly. We end these player profiles the same way every time. We want to give you the chance to take the limelight off yourself for a little bit and shine on the people in your life that kind of are there for you, that support you, that you wouldn't be where you are without. So I want to give you the time to give out some thank yous and some shout outs to the people in your life that you think really deserve it.
Yeah, I think my mom and my dad, they're always, no matter where they are, they try to get to my games. They're always like my number one supporters, cheering me on in the stands, telling me after my game like how good I did and what I need to work on. My siblings, my brother, my sister, no matter like if my brother's downtown at school or if he's at work or my sister's at work or at school, they'll always make time to get to my games. My grandparents that live in New York, they always drive down for my games to be there to support me, or if they're not there, they're watching it online. And then my grandparents in Canfield, they try to make it to every game they can, and I thank everyone for that.
Carly, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck in the upcoming tournament. We hope that this journey goes as long as it possibly can, and we can't wait to talk again real soon.
Thank you.